Hello guys, so I would like to make a small video about OpsLog, which I developed for the past few months. This will be just an introduction and the basic setup. My station is composed by a Flex 8600 and Power Genius XL, Tuner Genius XL, Rotator Genius, and for the antenna switch it's an Antenna Genius as well, 8x2. So I will be using the CAT Flex radio, which is native API CAT. So when you open the log for the first time, you just have to enter a few information. The compulsory one are call sign and the locator. Operator is also a normal ADIF field. Owner is not an ADIF field, but I use it from time to time. Because sometimes I am at friend station using a special call sign and with different operators, so that's interesting for me to have, for example, a 4BPO TM74 Tango Fox radio operated at Fox 4 Bravo Mike Yankee, for example, to keep the data. If you do not fill this, it will be same as call sign and same as the owner call sign will be the same as the call sign as well. Anyway, usually I actually put it. And the name is your name. You can here download all the IOTA, PODA, WWFF, SOTA. It's related to awards, so if you don't do awards at all, you just can start logging. So basically, the first thing when you arrive here is to go into edit preferences. So you have a lot of preferences here. The basic is starting here at the CAT. So as you can see, the program is handling OmniRig, direct API for Flex, Yezu, the USB one, for example FTDX10, or even the FTDX 101 is okay. Kenwood, same, USB or network. Be careful, network is not the RJ45 at the back of the radio. This one is a special proprietary protocol. So, but if you have a USB to network device giving an IP address, or if you plug, for example, the Kenwood to a Raspberry Pi, for example, and get an Ethernet IP, you can use it like this. The XIGO is the USB, it's the same protocol as ICOM, CIV. And then ICOM USB, ICOM CIV network for the 7760, the 705 I believe, and the 7610. The ICOM, the two ICOM USB and the CIV, as well as the Yezu and the flags, gives you a control panel as well to control the radio within the logbook. So I'm gonna start with the Flex Radio API. I am on the same LAN, so I can just click detect radios. It will find my radio. From here, this is not important because with Flex you can have multiple programs connecting directly to the radio. But if you have USB radio, it's important maybe to share the CAT with other programs. So it emulates Hamlib RICTCL. So in this case, you can use Hamlib in the other program. They will get the CAT directly from OpsLog. So it's not important here. You can, with the Flex, send all the spots from the cluster to the pan adapter. You can also, if you are listening to WSGTX or MSHV or JTDX with the UDP feed, directly send the spot on the pan adapter, which are basically not really spots, but what you decode actually, so what you receive. When you save and close, automatically you'll get here the frequency. You can change the bands on the radio directly by the drop-down list here. You can also change the mode here. So that is the basic stuff. Once you have done the CAT, it's important to go to the database. So the way database is made, you have two choices: either SQLite, which is a local file in the same folder as the application. This application is fully portable, so you put the opslog.exe in a folder, maybe opslog folder, The first time you will launch the exe file, it will create a data subfolder in which you will put all the data. So as long as you get the OpsLog folder, you can put it on a USB key. You can go anywhere, just plug the key, maybe copy the OpsLog folder and paste it somewhere in the computer, and you have all your data. SQLite is the most common one, I believe. MySQL is interesting if you use it with multiple operators. For example, for special call signs, or for some kind of activation, or maybe myself I'm using it. So can be also interesting to when you are alone. If you use it on different computers, you have no sync issues. If you put the SQLite in a folder which is being synchronized, such as OneDrive, Dropbox, C file, all these kind of things, you may have from time to time the conflict file because two computers, I mean, if you let OpsLog open in the two different computers, then it will have some troubles to synchronize, but it can be done. So the way it's done, OpsLog, you have two different databases. There is one settings database, which holds all the settings and all the information that you are going to fill here, as well as hours and plenty different things. And the database where you have only the contacts, basically. So this logbook.db has been created automatically. As you can see, it's on my desktop in OpsLog folder. Then it created the subfolder data, and then there is the logbook here. I can stay like this, or myself I have a MySQL, so I'm gonna connect to it directly. You can put the information here, or you test and create database. Actually, the database is already created, and this one obviously, and then connect and use. You have seen on the background that my all my contacts popped up. I recommend to put a backup, automatic backup. This is only backing up the database, the contacts. It's not backing up anything else, just the contacts. And it's done once a day when you close the application. You can do a backup now if you want. So I can save here. That's the second thing. Then I would go to station information. Make sure here everything is correct. You can put your address here. Obviously, if you put the address, it will fill properly the ADIF fields related to the address, to the zip code, and to the city. If you have a soda ref or poda ref, which basically we should not have, I believe. I don't think you live in a park or on a summit, but here you can put it. Then the profiles. So profiles. You have a default profile. I'm gonna rename, I always rename mine like this. So you can create multiple profiles depending maybe on different call signs. If you have a contest call sign, for example, you can create one. Me, for example, I have a profile also when I'm at home or when I am remote. The profiles are actually saving all the settings here, all of them. So you between different profiles, you can have maybe different CAT interface, maybe different amplifiers or different antennas to manage, or maybe some relays, because we'll see this later. Maybe different operating conditions, maybe different information, different locator. So you can create it. If you don't want to start from scratch, you can duplicate it, or if you want to start from scratch, you can actually apply new. Next is the operating conditions. So this is useful just to fill again the proper fields in the ADIF file. If you want to have a proper ADIF files, you can put it. If you don't want, then you don't. But this will be in my rig field, then my power, then my antenna. So it's up to you to do it or not do it. Once you have saved, I put 500 watts flex 8600. You can put an antenna. So myself, I have the ultra beam. So UB640 VL 2.3. You can select the bands. So mine is 440. First I need to save. Mine is for 40, 30, 20, 17, 15, 12, 10 and 6 meters. It's important to put as default here. So whenever you will be on one of these bands, it will be filled accordingly. If you have other antenna, which I have, so I can put the vertical antenna, and here I can put the 160, 80 meters. So you could have antennas with the same band, but you could have only one which is the default one. I can save, so I have it set up here. The confirmation, it's important to understand how it works. Basically, the confirmations of all these different services, EQSL, LOTW, ClubLog, HRDlog, QRZ.com, and the paper QSL. This is the default when you enter a new contact. So it's already set up the way it should be. Whenever you log a new contact, the EQSL sent will be with the status requested. Same for LOTW, same for ClubLog, same for HRDlog, same for QRZ.com. Which means that it's requested to send them. They are not sent yet. If you put yes here, then the program will consider that whenever you log a contact, it has already been sent to this service, to this external service. So the program will never send it out. So that's the correct way to do it. You can change it if you want, but that's the proper way to do it, and I will show you how it works then in the QSL management screen. Then you have the external services. So you have QRZ.com, ClubLog, HRD, EQSL, LOTW. Then you have two additionals here. CloudLog, if you want to sync your contacts whenever you log a contact to go into CloudLog, or WaveLog, it works for both. And the PODA. The PODA, I will explain you what is it for, but it's actually to synchronize from POTA app to OpsLog, not the other way around. You have a new option which was added in one of the recent version, which is also whenever you delete a contact from your logbook, it will also delete it from QRZ.com and ClubLog. Sometimes you make a mistake, it's uploaded on these services, or sometimes you do a test, it's uploaded to the services. If you delete it from the log, if you have checked this, it will also be deleted by QRZ and ClubLog, only if you uploaded QRZ through OpsLog. Because when you upload, there is an ID that we need to get back. If you upload it differently than with OpsLog, it will not be able to delete the contact. So you fill here, you can select automatic upload on new QSOs. You can select immediate, which is straight away when you click enter and you log the contact, or 1-2 minutes delays if you do some mistakes you can fix, or on app close as a batch. You can test the connection whenever you put your information here. So that's pretty much all for this first video and the normal settings. For the US stations, I would recommend to actually go through US counties. In US counties, you can download the ULS database, which will give you a proper locator and county for all the US stations. So it's also interesting for anyone outside of the US if you contact a lot of US stations. If you don't have a QRZ.com subscription, you can still get most informations on the lookup of US call sign with this database. There is this one, which is fill missing counties. What it will do is that you will check all your US contacts, all the contacts you have made with USA. And if the locator is empty, or if the county is empty, it will fill automatically based on the ULS database. The ULS database is very accurate. So that's all for this introduction video. Probably I will do some others to present you a bit more into details a few other functions. Thanks for watching. 73.